Right now, two new bills aimed at addressing funding and staffing issues for Wisconsin's emergency responders are headed to Governor Evers' desk. How the bill aims to help the young industry facing some tough challenges in the state.
Not even 2/10 of an inch of water so far in Madison for the month of October. Do we have more rain in the forecast? We do have some. When are the best chances? I'm going to let you know.
And later, what Dane County Regional Airport is saying about a controversial video from Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem blaming Democrats for travel issues. We welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson. Two new bills are headed to Governor Tony Evers' desk, both addressing funding and staffing issues for Wisconsin's EMS providers.
Armand Rahman has more on how the bills aim to help the industry facing some tough challenges here in Wisconsin. Armand.
Eric, Sarah, the two bills aim to use $7 million set aside in the state budget to make recruitment, training and response, and funding easier for both rural and urban EMS providers statewide.
Incentivizing collaboration.
Collaboration for an industry Fitcherona EMS Chief Patrick Anderson calls young and facing unique challenges. One of those being staffing and recruitment. One of the bills reimburses both individuals for taking EMS classes at technical colleges, EMS providers, and the technical colleges themselves for keeping the classes going.
So this is going to actually allow us to reallocate some of the money that we pay for our EMT basics and our EMT paramedics, reallocate that money to either continuing education for our current staff or to some other place in an operational budget.
Right now, EMS providers get little to no reimbursements for what resources they use when treating someone at home on Medicaid. This bill allows them to get the same reimbursement rate as for patients they transport to a hospital.
But that's going to help out a really kind of a special population that'll allow us to benefit people, to treat them and give them instructions and leave them at home.
But the biggest part of the bill for Anderson's department, the municipalities under Fitcherona can now remove EMS funding from their expenditure restraints, allowing them to use money against the tax levy to pay for both a new librarian and a new fireman, for example.
Again, it's not a blank check, right? They're still responsible spending. Ultimately, that money has to go on the tax roll.
Everybody's concerned about their property taxes. So, but people also want services. They want somebody to respond when they call 911. So, so it's one of those situations where I think that communities are going to have to evaluate whether it's worth it.
Bill co-author Senator Howard Markline says he heard about primarily these concerns in EMS summits over the last 8 years, but he says the work is far from over.
I don't think we'll ever be done, but this is certainly addresses one barrier that we've heard about over and over again.
Now, the bills also create a pilot live 911 program, new technology that allows dispatchers to connect to a caller via video to better respond, give instructions, and pass information to first responders.
Turning to weather now. Thank you, Armand, where some fog may be rolling into the area tonight. We have Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington with our first warm weather forecast.
Sarah and Eric in southern Wisconsin, that little bit of moisture that we've had over the past couple days leading to one ingredient here for just a little bit of patchy fog across southern Wisconsin, especially as we go towards the 3-4 o'clock time frame over towards the Kettle Moraine area east of Janesville, areas off towards the west, towards the Mississippi River, a less chance of seeing that dense fog overnight tonight. Can't rule that out, and it can always be a little bit on the sneaky side. Speaking of moisture, just a couple of showers across parts of Iowa and Lafayette counties, few and far between. The more appreciable rains have ended for today at least. We haven't even had 2/10 of an inch of water at the Madison airport in October yet so far. So we really could use some raindrops, and we do have some raindrops in the forecast. A couple on Thursday. Best chances are going to be Friday going on into Saturday. When I come back in just a little bit, we're going to track that weather system using Future Track, and I'll let you know also how strong some of the winds could be with that weather system. That's coming up.
Sounds good. Thank you, Alex. Well, the Sauk County Sheriff's Office and Wisconsin DNR are asking again for the public's help with a homicide investigation. 5 years ago, 24-year-old John Schmutzer was murdered while hiking alone at Devil's Lake State Park. A Wauwatosa native, he was stabbed to death at about 11:30 a.m. on the south side of the park. Now, the witness who discovered his body reportedly saw a suspicious man walking away from the scene. Recently, investigators learned about a double homicide that happened last July at a state park in Arkansas. Now, a suspect was arrested and charged, and while there is no confirmed connection between these incidents, investigators say they're reviewing all of the information before they can rule it out. If you have any information, please call Sauk County Crime Stoppers at 1-888-847-7285. You can text TIP SAUK to 274-673 or visit tipsubmit.com.
The CEO of a Madison area security guard service is facing charges after allegedly pointing a gun at a person. Police arrested 21-year-old Jacob Knowlton following an investigation into a September incident on Theater Road. Police say video evidence shows Knowlton drawing a firearm while on duty. He's charged with recklessly endangering safety, false imprisonment, and disorderly conduct while armed. In a Facebook post last week, the security guard service, Night Public Safety, announced that Knowlton would temporarily step down, quote, to address personal and administrative matters. The ongoing government shutdown is causing staffing shortages at some airports across the country, and it is impacting travel. Air traffic controllers and TSA agents are considered essential employees, and they are required to show up for work, but right now they're not getting paid. The FAA said at least 12 facilities didn't have enough air traffic controllers last Friday. Some of those impacted were in major metro areas like New York and Chicago. Expedia travel expert Melanie Fish says during the shutdown, passengers should try and book the earliest direct flight to help avoid delays. It's important to know your rights as a passenger.
You have to be offered accommodations in certain cases. You have to be offered the option to get a refund in certain cases. You have to be offered options on another airline in certain cases.
If you do have to rebook because your flight was delayed or canceled, Fish says it may be faster to do it online rather than stand in line to see an agent in person. Dane County Regional Airport says it is not playing a video from the Department of Homeland Security.
This as some of the biggest airports in the U.S. agree not to play the video, saying that it's partisan. Our Tanisha Shaw is at the Dane County Airport right now. And Tanisha, you talk to travelers. What do they have to say?
Hi, Eric and Sarah. Everyone that I spoke to here at the Dane County Regional Airport told me that they did not see that video. Earlier today, News 3 Now asked the airport officials if they would play that video, and they sent a statement. In that statement, they said that they are not going to be, that video is not playing on screens right now that are owned by the Dane County Airport. Airport officials say that TSA does have a lease, and as a tenant, they are allowed to put up signage and messaging from the federal government. Now, this means that those signs would be controlled by TSA Airport and not Madison officials. Airports in several cities across the country like Chicago, New York City, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and more decided not to play the video from the Department of Homeland Security because they said that it's partisan. In the video, the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, is telling flyers about possible delays and blaming Democrats for the government shutdown. I got reaction from the video from flyers here in Madison.
I don't really feel any kind of way about it because as long as I get to fly to where I need to go for work, then it's kind of outside of my realm, I guess.
Is there anything else that you would like to say about this shutdown and the way you're...
Get back to work. That's what I gotta say. Get back to work, all of you. I don't care. RD's eyes. Get back to work.
The government shutdown started on October 1st, and some people that work for the FAA and TSA are now going without pay. I also asked those two people who you just heard from if they were experiencing any delays or any differences during their flights, and they said that so far it's been good and that they haven't noticed any differences. Reporting in Madison, Tanisha Shaw, News 3 Now.
All right, we'll hope it stays that way. Tanisha, thank you. Sun Prairie East and West High Schools have been named among the nation's top performing schools, high schools, in the 2025-26 U.S. News and World Report Best High School Rankings. The report evaluated nearly 18,000 public high schools across the country, and both schools placed in the top 20% nationwide, recognizing strong graduation rates, college readiness, and success in advanced coursework. District leaders credit students, educators, and the community for their dedication to excellence and equity.
Well, coming up on News 3 Now at 6, DeForest has some handy helpers who are celebrating a big anniversary.
Plus, a lot of employers say they are fed up with job candidates using AI to generate resumes and cover letters. How the human touch can actually help you land the job.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
Of course, artificial intelligence is increasingly commonplace in our daily lives, especially for those on the job hunt looking for an assist in writing those resumes and cover letters. But already some employers say they are tired of candidates who rely too much on AI. Employers surveyed by the career resource site CV Genius identified AI-generated content as the biggest red flag when hiring someone. 74% of employers said they can spot an AI-generated job application. 57% said they are significantly less likely to hire a candidate who relies on AI.
This is a huge problem that a lot of job seekers don't think about. If everybody is using AI to edit their resume, edit their cover letter, then how do you actually stand out?
And he adds AI has moved some companies to place more value on the human touch. Response is clearly written by the job candidate themselves, and experts also say that personal anecdotes can help you stand out from a stack of AI-written job applications.
In the local news, DeForest's Handy Helpers 4-H Club recently celebrated their 70th anniversary with an open house. Both former and current members were present alongside members of the public to share memories and look to the future of club activities. Look at those great photos. 4-H clubs are a nationwide network of youth organizations that help engage kids and teens in the community through different life skills. The DeForest Club carries out community service. Previously, they've carried out a bucket of thanks project for local farmers. 2024-25 youth leader, Vice President Claire Knapp says it's a real family affair.
It's really important for me because I've been a part of 4-H for mostly my whole life, and my mom and all of her siblings were part of 4-H, and my grandma was part of 4-H, and she was actually a youth leader. So it's just very near and dear to my heart because it's really something that I bond with my family.
That's so cool. Well, you can learn more about your local 4-H club at 4-H.org.
Well, still ahead, how much longer you can enjoy those Memorial Union Terrace chairs this season.
Plus, the fall season is in the air, and so are viruses. We'll tell you what the CDC says it is expecting this year.
And are the fall temperatures here to stay? Alex with the answer, his complete forecast when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
It is that time of the year. We aren't talking about fall colors. We're talking about respiratory virus season. It's when the threat of viruses like COVID, flu, or RSV looms all across the country. The CDC expects a similar number of peak hospitalizations this season as last. To hopefully avoid serious illness, vaccine recommendations again play a key role. For COVID, the CDC says consultation with your healthcare provider is best, and it should happen before people 6 months and older, including pregnant women, get the shot. As for the flu, the vaccine is recommended for anyone 6 months and older. RSV vaccines are recommended every 2 years for those 75 and up, as well as for those ages 50 to 74 with an increased risk of severe illness. Now, to protect infants from severe RSV, immunizations can be given to mothers during pregnancy or to babies after birth as an antibody shot.
Well, another sign of the changing of the seasons, the famous sunburst chairs at the Memorial Union will be leaving soon. The union says it plans to pack up those chairs October 27th for the season. The green, orange, and yellow sunburst chairs first came to campus back in 1933 and over the years emerged as a campus icon and trademark of the Wisconsin Union. Although the iconic chairs will be missed, the union will continue to offer numerous dining options and hundreds of indoor and outdoor events. That includes Lady Liberty paying a visit to the campus during the Winter Carnival. That's February 5th through the 7th.
With fall temperatures moving in, that means winter is right around the corner, but are you ready for it? Well, tune in tonight, right after this newscast, our First Warn weather team getting you winter ready. In that, they'll take you inside the National Weather Service office in Milwaukee, showing you how winter storm warnings and advisories are issued.
For winter storm warnings, say, our typical guideline is about 6 inches of snowfall. But it can be a big difference if we're going to get that 6 inches of snowfall in like 3 hours versus 24 hours.
Now, don't forget to tune in to Winter Ready, the special tonight, right after this newscast, 6:30, right here on Channel 3.
Well, we have rain chances continuing for the week before all that winter weather comes.
Right.
And Alex has the complete forecast.
Yeah, let's break down those rain chances here. Just a slight chance overnight, a few showers on Thursday as a warm front moves into the area, and good chances for showers and maybe some thunderstorms Friday going into Saturday with the cold front. That's the latter part of that weather system. Showers right now, few and far between, but there's still a couple out there. Mineral Point just right along Highway 151. You go down 23 to Willow Springs, and then south and east, just east of Darlington, still a couple of raindrops out there. But the rest of southern Wisconsin, we widen this out here, you see how isolated those showers are compared to where those showers were this morning in terms of being widespread. And we do have more widespread rain in the forecast, but not so much with Thursday's chance of showers. Couple showers, 6 o'clock in the morning, Prairie du Chien, Mineral Point, down towards Monroe as a warm front moves in from the south and from the west, bringing southeast winds here. Those few showers again right around the noon time frame, and then those showers, they're going to scoot off towards the east after that warm front moves into southern Wisconsin, and then warmer air will take over, and it will be dry as we go into Thursday night, or likely dry. Good chances for showers and thunderstorms Friday going on into Saturday, widespread in some cases. Here's that front, 7:30 Friday night, couple showers, maybe storms north and west of Madison. As we move forward, that line gets down to Madison right around midnight. We can't rule out an isolated strong storm with this cold front, and then it sticks around here on Saturday, which is an important day because of the Badger game. 2-3 o'clock, the dividing line, drier to the west, wetter to the east, but as we move further into Saturday evening, that rain becomes widespread across all of southern Wisconsin here with maybe a rumble or two of thunder, and then those winds are going to be strong behind this weather system as well. So gusty winds and rainfall chances Friday night going on into Saturday. How strong of winds are we talking? Winds gusting Friday going on into Saturday, maybe into Sunday, upwards of 30 miles per hour. So that's going to be a breezy time for southern Wisconsin. Breezy Friday, breezy Saturday with those shower chances, and on Sunday as well. Of course, we got that Badger game on Sunday, but those temperatures after this weather system staying very much like what we would expect for October in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Here we break down the Badger game in the 60s at that tailgate time, gusty winds. Can't rule out a shower at kickoff and after the game, but I think the better chances for rain are going to be early Saturday morning and then again later Saturday night. How about a viewer photo here? This is from Rock Springs. This is up towards the Dells in northern Sauk County. Angela sends us pictures of the harvest, which is probably starting to get closer and closer to a close. And if you want to send us your weather photo, fall-like, doesn't matter. Use that QR code right now, just scan it, and then those photos will load right up, and then we can show you your weather photo right here on it.
I'd prefer the rain on Saturday to come late during the game, right? The game, only when Ohio State has the ball and have the rain like going sideways with 30 miles. That might be the only shot
Can you
we've
do that
got.
for us?
I'll try to put
Try to do it. Put that in. Order that up. Alex, thank you.
Thank you. Well, coming up next in sports, Wisconsin's football schedule is only getting tougher. How head coach Luke Fickell is trying to get the team ready for Ohio State.
It has not been pretty of late for Wisconsin football, to say the least. And after last weekend's 37-0 beatdown at the hands of Iowa, the Badgers still have to play 3 top 10 teams on their schedule.
And that includes this Saturday when Ohio State comes to town, number 1. Nash Tara has more on how head coach Luke Fickell is preparing the team.
The Wisconsin Badgers came out of the gate 2-0. Now, they weren't perfect by any means, but at least they were getting wins. Since then, it has been an absolute disaster. They have lost 4 in a row, they have made no real progress, and they look completely lost on both sides of the ball. After Saturday's loss against rival Iowa 37-0, it has brought the Badgers to seemingly rock bottom. And there are many questions every Wisconsin fan is still asking. What are the Badgers going to do about Luke Fickell, and how do they attempt to save the season?
For me to sit here and worry about all those other things, there's not enough time in the day. There's not enough energy in the day. So the focus for me and for our staff is on the guys inside that locker room and doing everything we can to make sure that we keep that thing rolling. They've got the right mindset. They understand what we got to do together, and we got to put our best product out there on Saturday.
Now, unfortunately for Bucky, the road doesn't get any easier, as this upcoming Saturday they will be taking on the number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes, a team they have not beat since 2010. Here at Camp Randall, Nash Dara, News 3 Sports.
All right, thank you, Nash, and you'll be able to watch the game right here on WISC-TV. Kickoff set for 2:30.
We want you to watch the whole game. After taking down Maryland, Wisconsin volleyball now gearing up for a top 25 showdown with UCLA this Friday. The 7th-ranked Badgers, 12-2 overall, 5-1 in conference play. This week on the Wisconsin Huddle, Badger libero Miley Chan joined sports director Andrew Bansford to talk about all things Wisconsin volleyball, including how head coach Kelly Sheffield and the team handled last week's tough loss at Penn State.
We've heard and learned a lot from that game. Usually our film sessions are maybe like 30 minutes. This Penn State one was like 2 hours. So we had a lot to break down, a lot to learn from, and I think it was really exciting that we had this Maryland game only a few days after, so we had that chance to make those changes fast and implement everything that we learned. So he's big on losses are a really great learning opportunity.
And you can see the full interview on the Wisconsin Huddle. That's this Friday, 6:30 on Channel 3, right after News 3 Now at 6.
And now we have a final check on our forecast. It's been a rainy one.
A rainy one for some parts of southern Wisconsin. We got another big weather system coming in Friday and Saturday. Tonight at 10, we'll track that weather system, but I'm also going to show you how much water we might be able to squeeze out of that weather system Friday night going on into Saturday. Following that system, then we'll turn dry again with temperatures in the upper 50s to the lower 60s. That's where we should be for this time of year. But then also other big news again in less than 5 minutes here. The Winter Ready Special is about ready to debut right here on Channel 3. We're really excited about that.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Covering a lot of ground, and that's something you'll want to watch before the winter sets in. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. Once again, coming up next, our winter special, Winter Ready.
And our next show, of course, at 10 o'clock. We'll see you then. You can always also find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+. Stay tuned.